A bout de souffle, or out of breath, or Breathless, is a 1960 French New Wave film directed by Jean-Luc Godard, starring Jean Seberg and Jean Paul Belmondo. Hello folks, I'm Daniel Nobre, and I just make a quick pause right here to ask you if you like this channel to please subscribe to the channel. We'll be talking about the Criterion Collection Spy number 408. This is a celebration, the life of the director Jean-Luc Godard, and of course this week passed away the great actor Jean Paul Belmondo. So we're gonna use this as a tribute for both of them. One is still alive and the other one is one of my favorite French actors. And let's talk about Breathless from 1960, because this is CINEMIN. I'm your host Daniel Nobre. Welcome to CINEMIN. For the fans of the Criterion Collection, international films, independent films, and American classics, please subscribe and enjoy this channel. And this is the package from the Criterion Collection, Spy number 408. Artist is Rodrigo Corral, that made the entire layout of the package. It's beautiful. High definition digital transfer approved by Director of Photography Raoul Cotard. Archival interviews with director Jean-Luc Godard and actor Jean Paul Belmondo, Jean Seberg, and Jean-Pierre Melville. Interviews from 2007 with Cotard, assistant director Pierre Réziand, and filmmaker D.A. Pennebaker. And now you see the booklet. It's 82 pages full of pictures. It's a very, very nice book. Chambre Douce, Hotel de Sud, a 80-minute 1993 documentary about the making of Breathless. Charlotte and Saint-Jules, a 1959 short film starring Jean Paul Belmondo, and two video essays by filmmaker Mike Rapaport on Jean Seberg and critic Jonathan Rosenbaum's Breathless as a criticism. The story of the film revolves around the character of Michel, played by Jean Paul Belmondo. He is a thief, and at the beginning of the film he steals a car in the streets of Paris and drive away, followed by the police. The police eventually catches him and he kills one of the cops. Again, run away and back to Paris, he meets his love interest, Patricia. And Patricia is played by the beautiful Jean Seberg. And in this moment, they get inside her apartment when they have one affair. In there, she confesses that perhaps she's pregnant, but it could be Michel's child. At that point, Michel does not tell anything what he's running from, but eventually Patricia finds out and something will happen. I don't want to spoil the end of the movie for you. You should watch and see for yourself how great it is. And what I like about Jean Paul Belmondo is the fact that he always plays very well that kind of wise guy. He's not necessarily handsome, but he's charming. He's very young in this particular film, so he got the looks that is necessary, but he got more than that. He got something else. He got the style of that kind of character that he played in several films, matter of fact. He plays like he's not necessarily a good man, he's not necessarily a bad man, he's a wise guy. He's trying to take advantage of people in order to make his way of living. Sometimes he manages to get well, sometimes he does not succeed. However, he's in all of them very, very charming guy. And this charming man is the main actor in here. It is his feature film debut and Jean-Luc Godard's first film. The film, it is also has a lot of good elements, and going back here to the credits of this film, just to get a sense, of course, directed by Godard, based on original treatment by François Truffaut, and the technical advisor was Claude Chabrol. The three guys, main guys on the French New Wave cinema. Of course, and not only that, the film is amazingly well casted by Godard. He used a different style for this film. If you are a student of cinema, you certainly will see one day this film, because this film is just a must. And if you're a movie critic, of course you must watch this film, because this film is tremendously important. But if you just want something new, and especially I think this movie is very appealing to young folks. When they watch this film, they almost immediately identify with the characters by Jean Paul Belmondo and Jean Seberg almost immediately. It's just a kind of connection that just happens because they are provocateurs. They're trying to establish themselves without following necessarily the patterns and the rules of the society and the films. And I think that's the trick in here. Everybody was very young, including Jean-Luc Godard when he made the film. And the ideas, he wants to be a little bit more transgressive than the other directors. Not necessarily, he tried to manifestate his cinema in a different way. So he's trying to give a different approach. He's trying to be unique. I think he achieved that. His work, his body work, is not always coherent, and his storylines, like in this case, is not necessarily. This one actually is pretty straightforward if you look at the film, but later on, Jean-Luc Godard will break all the rules of cinema. He does not necessarily, he knows what he intends to show, but he's controversial. He doesn't have a linear way to show his movies. He likes to be very provocative, and I admire him, even if I don't like all of his films, because I think I gives bravo every time I see an innovator director like he is. And the trick in this film is, perhaps you're noticing in the early scenes, it is the fast editing. They give you a pace of constantly action, and the film just using editing. So even the cinematographer, there is an interview with him here in the supplements, and he says he had no idea that the movie would come out that way, because of course the shooting was a typical traditional schedule on shooting, even though Jean-Luc Godard was writing the screenplay on a daily basis. So he was doing a day-by-day process and rewriting and shooting again if necessary. Just basically him, Jean Paul Belmondo, and Jean Seberg in a row. So this is the beginning of the film. Now it flips, we're gonna go to Paris, and we're gonna get introduced to Patricia, the character of Jean Seberg. Jean Seberg, beautiful. She was gorgeous in this film. She's got a tragic way. I strongly recommend, if you want to know more about her, check the supplements in this presentation, because there is a nice mini biography on her and her what happened in her career. She started very early with Otto Preminger, and that from the films, especially Bonjour Tristesse, that Jean-Luc Godard got to notice her and like her, and thought that she was just right for the part in this film, and made her a star back and with this film. But then after, her career was very controversial. She didn't get great parts anymore, and also several different things happened to her, unfortunately. But very differently happened to Jean Paul Belmondo, that became an international star, certainly one of the top-notch French actors of all time. And of course, if you like Jean Paul Belmondo, I recommend a few films. Liam Morin Prêtre from 1961, also part of the Criterion Collection. Les Doulos, 1962. From 1975, an action film, Per sur la ville. And finally, the classic from 1965, Pierrot le Fou. So please, if you like this presentation, don't forget to put your thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to see more about upcoming films from the Criterion Collection, international films, independent films, and American classics, as I say, okay? I am Daniel Nobre, I'm the host of this show, and I count on you for our next presentation that should be coming very soon. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.